What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. It is Rewards Day. We hit Elite 2 this week instead of Elite 3 that we hit last week. And here's how this is going to go for me for this coming weekend league. This is the third time since Christmas that I played 30 games of weekend league. I hit Elite 3 like about 8 weeks ago when I did it just to see if I could still get Elite. I hit Elite 3 last week. I hit Elite 2 this week. So I know I'm still good enough to hit Elite, which is great. However, the amount of stress and just horrific gameplay and stuff it requires to get through it is it's got to be worth it. And so last week it wasn't worth it. So if I have back-to-back weeks of terrible rewards from Elite, I will just play to Gold 2 going forwards. If, however, we hit something nice here, an expensive player, a high-rated card, even if it's not really fitting into my team or anything, but if we hit something nice here, we'll carry on going for Elite for throughout Team of the Season so that we can get those 3 Team of the Season packs. So what you see here, probably for tomorrow's episode, because I want to do some League SBCs to start grinding towards Hullet, but for what you see here, this is the team, the way it's going to line up pretty much for this weekend league. I know it's a bit weird for chemistry. It's on 91 chemistry right now. Once I get the right manager and hull it down to a centre mid and a few other position modifiers, it will get to 100 chemistry. And it means that we'll have Hullet instead of Kante and Bale instead of Ericsson. If, however, we hit Kai Havertz red or blue today, I will change this team. I'll go back to the 4-2-3-1. We'll get everyone back on even better chemistry. And I'll play Havertz and Halstenberg instead of Kante and Alonso. Of course, Alonso has been upgraded as well. I'm ready. I am ready. Right? So, Division Rivals rewards. I played a whole bunch of Division Rivals yesterday. We're going to take the Tradable Ultimate Pack. As you guys know, I personally think Tradable is far more valuable than Untradable. There's also a 96 Hazard in packs as well. I saw somebody pack him earlier. So we could pack him. That'd be nice. And also, FUT CHAMPS rewards. 100,000 coins in the bag, guaranteed. It's about 250,000 coins minimum guaranteed from the Blues. So we're going to make 500,000 coins, give or take, no matter what. But this is where I want, at the worst, the 95 goalkeepers. I would love Tellez. I would love Eder Militao. I wouldn't even mind Bruno Fernandes as a super sub. And then I would love Havertz. That's it. First red pick. Come on, EA. Bless us. All right. That's not bad. We get Sommer and Bruno Fernandes. So that's a good one. That's one that I would have wanted. This is a great card. Only a 3-star weak foot. 4-star skill moves. Ridiculous stats. How tall is he? He's 5'10" with 85 jumping. His head is not great. His stamina's good. His strength and aggression combination is okay. His dribbling, passing, and shooting are amazing. This is a good card. I like this card. Obviously, I'm not going to take any of the other ones. Sommer would be the only other one that I might take for an SBC, but I actually think I might sub on Bruno Fernandes. It's a pretty cool card. That's number 1. Pick number 2. Come on, EA. Be good. Tellez! Sancho! I don't know what to pick. That's good. That's good. I don't know, I love Sancho and hate Sancho at the same time because 3-star weak foot and really bad composure and reactions. But 5-star skill moves and insane stats. But I think I might go for this man right here. I don't know. Because we can soft link him to Bruno Fernandes. And also to... I don't even know who else. Chat doesn't know what that. Some people in the chat want Sancho. Some people want Tellez. The thing with Sancho, chat, I'm streaming this right now as well, guys. But the thing with Sancho is that I would hate to use him because of those reactions and composure. I know he's 96 rated. Tellez actually has the chance of getting in my team. People are, he's worth 1 point whatever million. It doesn't matter what he's worth. It matters what he's used, how much use he has. So, whilst, yes, Sancho has a value of 1.7 million coins and Tellez only has a value of 365,000 coins, Tellez I could use Sancho, I never would. I have so many attacking creative players in my squad that I just wouldn't touch. I'm going to take Tellez. So we take Bruno Fernandes and Alex Tellez. I have a feeling he's going to go into my squad as well. It's a very good card. It is a very good card. And then my last pick, what are we saying, EA? Holland's not bad. 5'10", high, 3-star, 3-star. He's not bad. He's the highest rated as well. It's an all right in games. It's not bad. That's what you get. What do you mean that's what I get? This would have came up even if I took Sancho. It makes no difference, does it? The chat's very angry at me for not taking Sancho. I don't care what the chat wants. This is what I need and what I want. I'm going to take Volland here. He probably will go into an SBC. He's got really good physicals. He's just 3-star, 3-star, only 5'10". For the way I play FIFA, if I was still playing the 4-2-3-1, he would make a good central cam other than the weak foot and skill moves. As a 4-2-2-2, I don't think he'd be too great. So we'll take Volland. We'll probably use him in SBCs. Now, I know we had Sancho. We had an incredible, expensive player, right, available. I took Fernandes, who's selling for 150k. I took Tellez, who's selling for like 350k. I'm still content with these. Like, Fernandes will get used, and Tellez will probably be my starting line. I might even go and buy Eder Militao. So that puts up to 2.9 million coins, guys. We've now got, what is it, 100k pack, an ultimate pack, and a Bundesliga Team of the Season pack. Let's see what we can get. Come on, hit me with some walkouts, EA. Obviously not off the 100k pack. That'd be way too much to ask, right? Are we going to get some good boards here? Portuguese, CDM. At least it's Carvalho, the 84 rated. It's not too bad. I think I already have him in the club. And anything else in there? Hey, Munir and Trippier are quite expensive. That's not too bad at all. There was Bolly in there as well. We're going to send all of this stuff up to the trade pile. I'll deal with it at a later date. Some of it will be usable. Some of it will be discard, and some of it will be sellable. And then an ultimate pack. Come on, hit me with a walkout. Make it worth my while for taking tradable. Come on, make it worth my while for taking tradable. Let's go, Blue. Come on. German. Goalkeeper. Hey, I'll take it. That's trap. I'll take that. That's why I go tradable, boys. 95 trap. That is legit. There could still be some other good stuff in here. I know it's only worth like 100k. I'm happy with that, man. I'm more than happy with that. That is a good start to this pack here. Can we get anything else in here? No. Although we've got 13 duplicates. We get Glick and Promes. There's some cards in here. No, we can't. So we just get Trap. It's only 100k, but it's 100k. It's 100k I didn't have before. Let's send all of this up to the trade pile. Bolly in there again. And then that leaves us, guys, with our 3-player pack. All I don't want, and this will heavily determine whether or not I play on to Elite next week, well, tomorrow or not. If we get 3 of these 3, basically, Campbell, Volland, Schultz, Sommer, Trapp, Kostic, Halstenberg. Those 7, right? If all three of them are those 7, I'm done. If even one of them is outside of those 7, I'm still going. Halstenberg has good stats. Yeah, but he's not worth anything, right? He's only worth 77,000 coins. This for me is about making coins, this pack right here. And if I'm not making enough coins, I'd rather spend the time outside of the game and in the menus instead of inside of the game. Come on, EA. Hit us with something big. Just start us off big so we've got a chance of some good things in the pack. German. Goal kick. Hey, it's Trap again. Now that could be okay because it's 95. But that's one already of the players that I didn't want. But we could still have Jovic, Havertz, Brandt, Da Costa, Kimmich, Werner, Witzel, Demirbay, Nabry. Please. 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 And that's why I'm not playing to Elite anymore. Because that's shocking. That's back-to-back weeks of me just tearing my hair out. For what? For a 100k goalkeeper. For a 90k left back. And for a 120k left back. I know some people will be like, oh, you should be happy at 300,000. No. No. This is nothing to be happy about. This is brutal. This is back-to-back week. Listen, 1 week, people are like, oh man, you just got unlucky in your rewards. I saw so many other people get good rewards. You just got really unlucky. This is 2 weeks in a row of me just getting not worth it, right? I'd rather just take the 2 red picks from Gold 2 and be content with terrible rewards instead of working so hard to get Elite 2 and be like, okay, this just wasn't worth it. My red picks were quite nice. This is going to allow me to build Hullet, which will be tomorrow's video, and start working on Prime R9. It does, like, the only player that really would have changed my squad anyway would have been Havertz. He would have got into the squad, nobody else really. But this is what we're left with. This is the culmination of a weekend's worth of work. And that is that. So for the rest of today's video, guys, there's going to be some more League SBC action. Maybe a bit of gameplay and rivals with the team. We'll fix up the new team, get the tactics sorted out and stuff, and maybe play a couple of games. So for now, I will be right back. All right, guys, as we get into the gameplay, I bought a team. I used some of the players that we already had. Pizzi, the 2 strikers, the gold, right back, Tellez and Fernandez I already had in the club. I bought Rafa, Acuna, Eder Militao, and Felipe and Casillas for this journey to get Brahimi, of course. So whilst you watch that, guys, I didn't take any comments from yesterday's video for 2 reasons. Number one, it was that tactics video, and so the comments weren't really themed around the Road to Glory, and also the comments was just full of Arsenal memes, of course. And number 2, EA released a pitch notes, and it has me both happy and anxious, I suppose. Basically, EA released pitch notes about gameplay updates and patches, feedback from the community, gameplay priorities, some things that they're going to change. And we're going to get into it just a little bit here. I don't have time to go through it all on today's video. But it raised for me a whole bunch more questions than it did give answers. And I want to just give a for example, right? So for example, there's a timed finishing section, and it reads, there's been a ton of feedback on timed finishing, a new mechanism that was added to FIFA 19. This mechanic will be further tuned and addressed throughout the feedback of many within the community. And it starts with green timing window. And it says, for timed shots will be reduced from 2 to 4 frames to 2 frames for all shots, which will make it harder and require more skill to perform. I am happy the fact that it's going to be harder to perform timed shots. What just leaves me with more questions is this is the first time we've ever known that the second timed shot has to be within 2 to 4 frames. And we don't really know what is considered a frame. I assume it is a gameplay frame. I know this sort of thing happens in fighter games and stuff. And there was like what was it? Is it called Moment 47? Is that what it was called? Moment 47 in the gaming world. Why is it called? Is it Moment 37? Maybe it's Moment 37. There's like a gaming thing with this thing here. It's called Moment 37. And one of these guys in Street Fighter had like a slither of health left. Like he was 1 point, literally like a breathe on him and he would die and lose the championships. And he ended up defending an attack from his opponent based on tapping the stick, the joystick, at exact frame moments to stop and block every single shot before ended up winning it. And so that is skill. That requires obscene levels of skill. And that is also often used in a debate with scripting, handicap, and momentum in games in general, where people talk about the skill level being reduced because For him to do that, he had to hit something every single frame. He couldn't miss, otherwise he died. It's an exceptional skill level. We didn't know until today that green time shots was between 2 and 4 frames. And so that in itself is something that would have been good information to have previously before today. And even now that it goes down to 2 frames per timed shot, surely it should be 1 frame for a perfect time shot. Surely you should just hit it perfectly timed or not. And it should be an actual skill shot that is only applicable to people who have the highest skill levels and the abilities to read the game. So although it definitely, like, there's lots of positives in the pitch notes, and I might do like a dedicated video on it tomorrow or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it over stream, like in detail. But the pitch notes in general, like that they reference a lot of things. 1v1 shooting consistency. The team has put a lot of effort into improving circumstances where a player finds themselves in a very easy 1v1 situation against a goalkeeper. 1v1 shooting accuracy will be improved, resulting in more shots on target and better consistency in easy situations inside the box. Sounds great. Open goal situations will also be addressed, and we'll see players being rewarded for 1v1 situations and creating greater chances of scoring easy goals, as pointed out in many community examples. Sounds great. Goalkeeper reactions will also be tuned specifically against 1v1 situations, resulting in less superhuman reactions, which will humanize a goalkeeper's movements and result in better scoring opportunities for the attacker. Again, great. Outside the foot shot situations will be improved and should only happen for players with outside the foot trait. Brilliant. That's a bug that hasn't really impacted me much the last few months. It was very important in the early stages of the game, but the shooting mechanics change now because we don't do finesse shots as much anymore. Getting into that finesse position and then the wrong foot shot isn't really an issue anymore. So that doesn't really matter too much. And then shot elevation and power tuning will allow for low powered shots to result in shots similar to driven shots, creating more consistency and resulting in better scoring opportunities. So it seems like they're giving us a lot more tools in the attacking third, which is brilliant. I'm all for that. They go on for AI defending. Many efforts are being made to create a better experience for players when it comes to AI defending and AI teammate movements, positioning, and reactions. And this was continuously mentioned and requested by our players at the next version of FIFA. Renewed defending system. The defending systems are being renewed with a revised position to adjustment to the cadence and the flow of the pitch. Manual defending will be emphasized and result in more rewarding results for those who do so. And that I'm super happy with. I manually defend out of just natural instinct, and I get punished for it all the time. And what I'm really happy about here is that without saying it, they've said that manual defending is trash. You know, they didn't actually come out and say it doesn't work properly, but by them saying that we're going to renew the system so that it's more rewarding to defend manually, basically shows exactly right here, right now, that it is not rewarding to defend manually right now. There's also a new system called planned tackling. It's a new system that favors manual tackling by making sure that the defender that tries a tackle does so in a favorable context to your team, like recovering the ball or kicking the ball to a nearby teammate when tackling, for example. And so what that means is now when you manually challenge, the tackle will try to almost be like a pass or a clearance to a teammate. And again, I'm all for that. They've given us good offensive tools. They're buffing manual defending, and we'll see in time whether or not this actually works well, whether or not it's implemented correctly, and whether or not it's exploitable or able to be exploited against. Because that for me is the biggest issue, and that's why what I'm reading kind of here is, in one hand, very good, but in the other hand, I'm kind of like, I'll wait and see, because every time they've done something this year, it either has had no impact or so much impact to the point where they might as well have just removed it. So timed finesses, they nerfed them, didn't fix it. They nerfed it, it didn't fix it. They nerfed it, it didn't fix it. They nerfed it, they're unusable. You know, they literally went from this is crazy good to this is crazy bad. And so now with new mechanics getting involved in the game and getting put in and inbuilt into a game that's already so broken in so many regards, I'm just concerned that these new mechanics like La Croqueta, El Tornado, timed shooting, etc., I'm worried that these new mechanics are going to be way too easy to exploit and break, or they're going to be so useless that they might as well have not been implemented in the first place. And only time will tell with that one. And I want to give EA the benefit of the doubt. I want to be like, hey, this pitch notes is really good steps towards the future. But what was kind of disappointing to me is the opening paragraph from the pitch notes, or the opening segment from the pitch notes. They say that basically, we want to share some early thoughts on what we've been working on for the future. Hopefully this effort will address some of your most asked questions, as well as bring some clarity on how your recent feedback is getting prioritized and worked upon To be clear, everything discussed below is not being patched in FIFA 19, but will be worked upon for the next iteration. I can only assume that means FIFA 20. Perhaps they're not going to call it FIFA 20. Perhaps it's just going to be called FIFA. I don't know. But what's disappointing is we now have another 5 months of this, of broken timed shots, broken timed finesse shots, or broken first time shots, broken scoop volleys, broken scoop crosses, El Tornado crosses, headers at the back post. This is it for us now. And that's really sad because we're just over halfway from this game cycle. You know, we're 7 months into this game cycle. We've got 5 months left. And that is super sad. And the other sad thing is that this year, they do go and list the things that they patched this year. And they list in their patch notes jumping volley kicks. So they did, bicycle kicks were overpowered. They fixed those. Mid-game dynamic tactics. That wasn't, that's hard for me to, like, that wasn't a patch for something that was kind of just like over manipulated or anything like that. That was just a bug in the game where the players didn't go where they were supposed to go when you changed tactics in game. I find it almost disingenuous to suggest that they've, you know, helped balance the game with that. You haven't. You just fixed a bug, right? That should be par for the course. You shouldn't be listing that as something that you've done. First time finesse shots. Yes, they did patch that. It took them 4 months and like 20 patches, but they patched that. Defensive pressure. This one as well, I don't believe in. They definitely changed the way that stamina interacts with constant pressure, but they didn't fix it. Constant pressure still has an abundance of issues, mostly being the influence it has on your own players' passing. And they've actually kind of made my point for me in here because I want to go to the passing section. And they say with passing, increased accuracy. They have one for the passing, right? Increased accuracy for passes in very easy situations, non-pressured, body-positioned, and no obstacle passes will result in an increased accuracy pass for these types of situations. And this segment here speaks volumes about what constant pressure does. Because when your opponent is on constant pressure, regardless of whether or not somebody is pressured in a bad body position or has an obstacle around them, which is the notations that they've used, they still act like there is somebody pressuring them, whether or not there is. They still act like their body position is bad, whether or not it's bad. And that's what constant pressure creates and causes. And so I would again argue the fact and disagree with the fact that they fixed defensive pressure. All they did was implement higher stamina loss for people that are on defensive or on constant pressure, but that didn't fix anything. It's actually, especially with the stamina levels of players right now, it's still as broken as it has ever been. The other things, I've run out of time here, so you're just going to see like a still screen at the end, just while I go through the other things that they patched. Near post shots, I don't think they fixed the fact that people kept missing open near post shots. Brilliant. Again, I don't necessarily think that's a balancing. See, and this is where for me this whole piece creates more questions than answers, because they haven't balanced the game to generate enjoyable gameplay. They fixed the bugs within the gameplay. And that for me is not something that it should be considered as oh, thanks guys for fixing that. No, that should just be par for the course of a gaming company to want the best for their game. They continue on with AI teammate shot blocks, which again still is stupidly overpowered as per the fact that they're doing a new AI defending system. They know AI is overpowered. Tackling speed, which I know they improved tackling speed. I saw no difference from that at all after that patch. Stamina on defensive constant pressure, which we kind of just talked about, which means defensive pressure. I'm not really sure what that was. Further tuning of shooting and skill moves, time finesse shots, time shooting window, and goalkeeper movement, which again had little to no impact. And so what happened here is every time they patched something or buffed something or nerfed something or thought that they fixed something, it just exploited another hole in the game somewhere else that needed fixing. And the fact that they've not managed to balance this game in any regard 7 months in, and they're banking on FIFA 20 being perfect with all these new adaptations, what I feel like is that for the first 3, 4, or 5 months of FIFA 20, we're going to be experiencing all the exploits and bugs of these new mechanics and these new adaptations in the game. And then we're going to end up with another unbalanced game that they don't balance, that they don't work on appropriately. Like the fact that they've literally given up on FIFA 19 gameplay is super disappointing as a consumer, because this game is broken. This game is broken to a degree of insanity, right? It's crazy that El Tornado crosses and just crossing in general is just so overpowered. It's crazy that using Virgil van Dijk at right cam team of the year is better than using team of the season Christian Eriksen at right cam because of the way the game mechanics are. It's crazy. And it's sad to me that they've abandoned FIFA 19. And although this is positive in pitch notes, it's the most information we've ever got this early on. And I'm hopeful in many regards that EA are going to fix the things that they've said they're going to fix. They're going to implement these new things and they're going to work as they should. I've also been in this industry and played this game for long enough to know that the reality of the situation is they're just going to create new mechanics that are going to be overpowered, over-abused, and are going to need time, energy, effort, and resources to balance. And that's where I think that this might come undone, because as they've proven this year and last year and the year before, they don't balance things quick enough or well enough. And so I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. I still want to do a dedicated video on this, like running down everything and giving almost more constructive feedback, because here I was just a bit like, I'm concerned, I'm anxious. I don't know if this is going to be what everyone thinks it's going to be and what we want it to be. But there is a lot of really great information in there, and it's really good that they're coming out this early to tell us this. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you guys think. But for now, this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.